time. Perfect. It's showing up. Yay. Okay, so I'll give everybody a couple of minutes to get in here. I'm Kylie. Welcome to my channel. And we are going to be working on anything we want to, because that is what PrepTober is all about. It's about getting ready for Nanowrimo. And yeah, we're going to hang out, chat a little bit, do some word sprints, and have some fun. So I'm just going to give everybody a little bit of time to join. This is the first time I'm doing a stream during the day. I did like a midnight or 10 o'clock mid to midnight stream a couple weeks ago, and just a test to make sure that StreamYard was actually going to, work. So this is actually first time being live during the day. I work from home, so going live during the day works really well for me because I'm here. Although I have been very bad this week, I have hardly gotten any words down for PrepTober. So this is going to be what kicks my butt into gear to actually get some words down, do some sprints, and get a little bit ahead of the game for Nano. So I've been thinking about co-hosting a live write-in, but there's so many people to ask to co-host. I'm not exactly sure who to ask first. So I'm just like, I don't know who, but I mean, I do audiobooks for a living, so talking to the camera or talking isn't really an issue for me. It's actually kind of something that I could do a lot of. And so what is everybody working on for their PrepTober? Are you guys outlining? Are you, actually starting to get words down? Are you a rebel? Are you writing from scratch? Are you a pantser, a plotter, or plancer? What are you guys doing? So just let me know, and then we'll start in with our first sprint. I think I'm gonna actually start the first one at 7 minutes just to warm up, and you will get going the further we get in. So I have created my Nanowrimo plan, which you'll see in a video. I'm pretty proud of it. Don't know how it's gonna work, but pretty proud of actually having a plan, since I am leaving for New York to visit family for Thanksgiving. So I'm basically missing out the last 5 days of Nano to be with family. So I'm really, really hoping I can get a jump this month so I can get my 50,000 words next month, win Nano, and also finish Project Claymore. So that is the hope and the dream. We will see if that actually works. Good, Jessica. You're trying to finish your work in progress so that you can start the sequel on day 1 of Nano. I have been there, and that stress is something I can sympathize with to the utmost degree. It's like, I just need to finish this. Sometimes you cry, and sometimes you laugh, because you'd cry if you don't laugh. But yes, I know a lot of people who love their finishing book 1 and then they can start fresh with book 2, or they can finish their draft of 1, and that way they can go through and do their edits and rewrites on that book 1 for Nano. So kudos to you to finish your work in progress so that you can start the sequel. I think one of the hardest things in writing is to actually finish book 1 and then actually move on to book 2. So what I do when I write sequels or like the next book in the series, if it's a serial and not just there are a series and then there is serial. Like I can have a series of books where each book is revolving around a different couple or a different main character. So they kind of link together, but you don't have to read them in order to follow the story. But I have just finished up writing the last of my serial, the Legend series. And what I would always do is I would write the first part of the next chapter right after I finished that book so that I knew exactly where I was headed when I was all done and sewn up with that previous book. That way I can just move on and be like, oh, I already have a jump off point to go. So since it has been about 6 minutes in, I am going to pull up my handy dandy timer because we are so advanced here on this channel. Not really. We will share this and we will do this. So I have put up 7 minutes on the clock and I will mute myself, but I will come back and we will do our first sprint because I really want to get words in today and I want y'all to get words in or, plotting in or whatever. So thank you for showing up and we can get some work done and we can have a chat. So if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the sidebar and I will reply when we come back. And I'm going to click start and we'll go. And here we go. So I am going to mute myself, but I will be back. Okay, so our time is up. And that went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to for me. Holy crap. So tell me how you did. I am rewriting, so it's like words are hard. My cat is also going insane. So if you hear him, it's just Oliver playing chase with my other cat. So let me see. I am going to use this word tracker. So today is the 17th. And this is our first sprint. And I got 156. So, yeah. I am currently doing a rewrite, but adding in paranormal elements to this story. So it's a little bit daunting because I'm having to stop and add in new details that I didn't think I would have to add in before. But such is life. Okay. My cats are legitimately going crazy, you guys. It got really, really like chilly here in Texas. So when it gets chilly or cools down, they either do one of two things. They either burrow down and snuggle and sleep all day, or they get crazy. And today is a crazy day. And it's always a crazy day when I have to do something. So who needs kids when you have cats? It is the truth. What are you doing, little girl? What are you doing? Yeah, animals are like the best distraction. They're also the worst distraction. So I completely sympathize with your dog. Like, my cats are just, they're being absolutely silly. Trying to think. So because I'm going to be in New York for Thanksgiving, I pre-recorded about 4 videos while I'm in New York for the last 5 days of Nanowrimo to upload. So I will probably, from the 26th to the 29th, not be doing word count updates on my actual channel. I'll be doing those on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook account. If I can figure out how to do like the little comments here, I will. But on the 30th, I'm hoping to do a breakdown, a tiny short breakdown video, because the internet at my parents' house isn't the best, and it can be pretty shoddy to upload or download anything. So yeah, my NaNoWriMo hangover video will be probably about 3 days late because I will be in New York until the 3rd of December. That's when we fly back. So, and dog barking on the entire neighborhood. Yeah. I remember when I used to ride horses in the fall, always in New York, we would take the horses out and they would just be psycho. They just want to go, they'd want to run. And you'd be like, oh, you don't usually have this much pep in your step at a show, but here in the field, you want to toss me off or run away with me. So I think that's actually one of the things I miss most about riding horses. I've been trying to find time and a place down here in Texas to ride. That is what I actually have my master's degree in, is equine business. So I'm only using the business side now. I used to work in the thoroughbred industry in Kentucky and came back to Tennessee, and now I'm in Texas. So working on the more artistic side of things. I'm really concerned about my computer because I had to move a extension cord. So now my cats are playing jump rope with my computer's cable, and I am terrified that they are just gonna whip by and break my charger, which if that happens, my life is done. So I think I'm actually just gonna unplug it right now because you guys are being bad. And for those of you who are used to white background with a Kanban board, this is my new green screen. I put up a green screen because I am going to be starting a new series that will require a little bit more ambiance, a little bit more of an effect. So I'm really excited about that. I love Tennessee walkers. They are so fun. They're so different. They're so neat, though. I got to ride a couple when I was actually at school at Middle Tennessee State University. We got to ride them, and they are super cool. They're such sweet horses. They have such a good temperament. Like, we had one that you could just cuddle like a puppy. He was the coolest. I really, really liked him. He was really nice. So I think this is going to be a good day for sprints, guys. How much do you guys want to do next? We did 7. I can go up higher. I won't go over 25 though. That is my limit. Once I hit 25, I start to do that. Oh my gosh. Sorry, squirrel. You went to MTSU too? When did you graduate? Like, I graduated in December of 2012, maybe. But yeah, I went to MTSU and did their I was one of the first people in their master's program when they opened up their master program. I came down from New York, and I was a part of that first class that graduated with their masters from MTSU. So that was pretty fun. So again, sorry, sidetrack. It's so cool to meet people who like have gone to the same school that you went to. So that's awesome. So do we want to go up higher? Do we want to go? I don't know what I think. You guys should tell me what I think. I think 13. You're old. You went there in the early 90s. So you were in Tennessee when that tornado came through. I missed it by a few years. But I lived literally on that trail that runs along where it went, like where that big tornado went through. That was my apartment complex. Here, there was the trail, and there was the community that got hit, and then there's the field and the bank and everything, and then across that road is the barn where the horses are. So when we moved, I realized that we were hopefully in a good place because tornadoes usually don't strike twice. So that was terrifying. And yes, I like 13. Thank you, Winnie, for telling me what we are doing, because when it comes to word sprints, I'm like, what's a good number? They'll be higher. Chris, what are you doing on here? Why are you watching? Okay, guys, this Chris Phelps is a good friend of mine. We play D&D together. He's an aspiring writer. I can't believe he is here right now. This is incredible. Chris, go higher, go bigger, go home. No, we're doing 13 because literally my brain, once 20 or 25 hits, I start thinking of when is this over? I've lost the words. So we're going to go back to 13. And holy crap, I can't believe, Chris, you sneaky, sneaky boy, you are on here. That is incredible. So thanks for watching. I'm like, who are these silent people who are watching me? Now I know you're one of my stalkers. Knock. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. And again, I'm going to mute myself. I won't tell if you won't tell. I work from home. I am back. Got more words in, made a little bit more sense. So I'm hoping that this will play out well in my favor. So I got, you know, and I'm not even going to worry about copy pasting. I'm just going to do some simple math. So, ooh, 780 minus 290. I got 490 in that round. Not bad. Not bad at all. Hello, DL Stewart. How are you? Nice, 340. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, Cassie. 382. We like that. Even 5 words is good. Sometimes I do sprints with other author tubers online and I only get like 5 words. But I'd rather get 5 great words in that are really good or powerful or succinct than 10 words of this is just fluff. No worries, 183, like I just said, I'd rather have 5 really, really solid words that mean something, that drive dialogue or plot forward, than get 100 fluffy words that I'm just kind of BSing, like in an essay. So for school, because I don't know if y'all ever did this, but in school, I was really, really good at BSing essays because I could just keep going with points and words. I can play with words really, really well. And my teachers would always be like, yes, so yeah. I'm just thinking, no, no, this isn't good. No worries, DL. No worries at all. We are going to have lots of sprints. I'm thinking we're going to probably have about 3 more sprints because this is Kylie hasn't written anything for her PrepTober stuff today, this week at all. So Thursday is a great place to start. So I'm doing some of my rewrites starting today, which is kind of daunting. If anybody's ever done a rewrite on a book that they thought was finished and you realize, oh, I can make it so much better, having to go in and rip it apart and put new things in, it's extremely daunting. But it's been fun so far, these last 2 sprints. I am finding out things about my character that I didn't know, how he feels about certain things. So that's good. So again, now that we have more people here, what are y'all working on for PrepTober? Are you rebelling it this year? Are you writing completely something new? Or are you just going to work on edits, that sort of thing? I know the last camp that we had in July, I actually used that camp Nanowrimo to work on edits for things that I really needed to edit. So, and I like that on Nanowrimo's new website, you can put in you're a rebel. That's really fun. I know there's a bit of a lag. Just trying to. My cats have finally calmed down. Super excited about that. They are sleeping. It is their nap time. Thank God. They were driving me insane earlier, running around here. picking at chords. When we first put up the green screen, it's pinned at the top and on the sides, and the bottom is literally just held down in place with weights. So they were trying to get underneath behind the green screen, which just gave me anxiety about them ripping it down, because this is actually, it's huge. Like, it goes pretty much down the entirety of the wall here, and it goes to the end of the wall here. But it is folded over in half. Like, this is one of those green screens that's meant to be draped from top to the floor. So it's ginormous, and I'm really excited to use it. It's so exciting. I tested it the other day, and it looks super cool. Super, super cool. Nearly finished with your full draft. I started last NaNoWriMo and won it. Nice. That's great. Yeah, I love using NaNoWriMo for all sorts of things. Writing, drafting, rewriting. And DL is working on book 2 of his Metagore series, Sovereign Duties. I like it. I like it a lot. I am a huge Brandon Sanderson fan, thanks to Chris Phelps, who is in the chat, who might be watching secretly. But I haven't finished Oathbringer because I am secretly afraid to, because I know that his next book doesn't come out until 2020. So I don't want to go that long without anything Brandon Sanderson, but I may have to switch back over to Mistborn. It's a sad thing. I'm in love with Kaladin. Like, I have a character crush on Kaladin, and maybe a little bit of one on Adeline too. So it's rough. It's really rough. I don't want anybody to die, but Brandon does mean things. I think Martin does really, really mean things. Brandon does mean things too. Oh, I know there's plenty of his stuff to read. I need to get back into Mistborn now when I finish, but Chris, I am terrified. I am terrified to finish Oathbringer. I'm like, I don't want to wait. I am such an impatient, spoiled author. And I should talk. It's taken me 4 years to finish my own series. So it's like, I understand how you have to work on it and spend time on it. And on his Facebook, he keeps bringing up little spoilers and stuff for like what has already happened. So I've had to stop looking at his Facebook page. So I do mean things. People are going to die. I understand that on a spiritual level. In the last book, 2 books that I wrote in my series, I had to kill some of my darlings. Not everybody's going to be happy about it, but it was how it had to end. So, yeah. It's hard killing your characters, especially when they're characters that you love and you want to keep just for yourself. Selfishly, you're like, oh, but I love my villains. I always have a thing for my bad guys. And I'm just like, I can't keep you around because it will defeat the purpose. Or if I do, this is just never going to end. But I wish I could keep them around because I love writing villains. I love it. I love it so hardcore. If I could just write a book about villains going after each other constantly, I would. Like, the villainous villain that ever vilified anything. Like, that would be a title that I would totally not use, but you get the point. If I could just write a book about villains going after each other, one-upping each other, yeah, it would be the best. Actually, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write a book about villains going after each other. That's going to be a thing. So let's do another sprint. Let's go for longer this time. Let's go big or go home, as Chris said. Do we want to do 20? Who's feeling 20? Because I think I can do a 20-minute sprint. Surprisingly, when you're doing rewrites and you have a draft up and you're writing new words, but also draft, you're getting your old draft words in, it goes by a lot quicker than just writing quote unquote 0 draft words, which is interesting. So I'm actually gonna take the executive stance on this. And we are gonna do 20. We're gonna go big. He'll end up dying again eventually. You pulled a Family Guy. Congratulations. But no, I understand. You pulled a Brian on a Family Guy. I just couldn't get rid of him. He was too important. So, okay, guys, we're going to go for 20 minutes. We're going to go for 20 minutes. It'll get us into the second hour. So here we go. Sprint number 3 is underway. And I'm going to mute myself because I have cookies and I don't want you guys to hear me munch because that's a little rude. Okay. Number 3 is in the books. Alexandria Charles. Oh my God, me. Yes. My allergies have been killing me this spring. Or sorry. Wow, it is not spring. It is fall, Kylie. Fall is my favorite time of year. I shouldn't want to rush through it. So tell me how you guys did. Not gonna lie, it feels really weird to rewrite a book, adding in different paranormal elements to it. It feels a little bit like cheating, but I know it's not. So, because I'm actually getting a lot of original words, which is great. So, quick mouth. Minus. Hey, 23 words is better than no words. 23 words is so much better than no words. Whew. Cool. Nice, Cassie. 705. Yeah, I see people who do like 1,000 words in 20 minutes. And I'm just like, if I could do 1,000 words in 20 minutes, of good words in 20 minutes, I would only have to write for pretty much an hour in 3 20-minute chunks. Not even, probably 2 20-minute chunks and a 10-minute chunk. And I would hit my word goal of 2,500 a day. Jessica got 453. Awesome. Flash these up here. Because yeah, usually my word goal for the day is like 2,000 to 2,500 words. And if I could do 1,000 words every 20 minutes, I would so do that. And I've started to write in sprints more so than I do in long segments. So that has also really, really, really helped me to focus in my time better. 0 because my kid, oh, that is so worth it. I remember when we have a black cat named Haru. I remember we got him when he was 3 weeks old. Like he was just a baby and we had to like help him go to the bathroom and feed him and everything. It was like having an infant and he was so worth it. Now he's a spoiled brat. But having him that little, I miss having him that little. He used to get into so much trouble, but it was entertaining. You couldn't really be mad at him because he was just exploring the world, just trying to figure it all out. I am treating myself tomorrow to lunch at Panera because I love Panera bread, and a writing session at Panera, which I'll vlog at. I'll try to find a corner so people don't look at me like I'm weird, because when I go to Barnes & Noble to their cafe and I sometimes vlog there, or I set up my camera for the time lapse, people look at me like, what are you doing? Why do you have a camera? Like, what is this strange little device? Why does she have that? So I'm still getting used to going out and vlogging in different places. So this week's vlog will be up on Saturday because I am going to Panera on tomorrow for lunch. So I'm going to do some stuff there. I'm going to do some more writing. Probably Saturday morning I'll get some more words in, and then I'll upload this week's PrepTober vlog on Saturday, because honestly, I didn't start doing anything until today. This week has been, like I said, it's been a lot of audio work because that is my full-time gig. a lot of studio time. So that's been good. But it has been wreaking havoc on my writing mojo, if you want to call it that. So one thing that I am finding in this rewrite that is very different is the urge to copy paste is so there because I have good words that I want to bring in from my old draft, but I don't want to copy paste because I'm getting some really, really good original words that kind of bring more of the paranormal aspect and what they're going through in little hints here and there in organically. So that's really fun. So yeah, that's extremely fun. So are any of you guys for any of you doing NaNoWriMo, are you guys going to set yourself up a reward system, or are you going to write letters to yourself? I've thought about writing letters to myself to kind of encourage me along. I think I was going to do one on, I think that, what was it, day 10 and day 20. I think I'm going to do mine and just keep them with me so that I can read them along the way. I also plan to do a 10,000 word day in NaNoWriMo. So that will be interesting and fun. I don't know how well that'll work, but we're going to try it. And now that my computer is starting to die, I'm going to plug her back in because the kitties are napping. So let us do another sprint. How long do we want this one to be? Because we've done 7, we've done 13, and we've done 20. So I don't like going over 25, but if you guys have any ideas for any, feel free to throw them up there. I'm thinking maybe starting to come back down. If you want to do another 21, we can, or 23 or 17, something like that. Start to bring it back down. I hate having executive decisions. Hi, Rose. Oh, good. You're here. No worries. We're going till about 4. So we have 2 more streams to do, 2 more sprints to do. I'm doing any rewards or anything. I usually reward myself with food because I like food. Okay. Somebody has said 15. Thank God. So I don't have to make any choices because making choices is hard enough. I feel like for author tubers, asking how long you want to sprint for is kind of the equivalent of asking somebody what they want to eat or where they want to eat. So it's kind of group consensus is a good thing. So yes, we will go for 15. Everybody says 15 is good. We'll start to come back down for the end here. So in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to mute you again. All right. Done, done, done. That was number 4. We'll hopefully get one more in here at the end too, once we talk and see how well we did. I paused mid-sentence and I have to finish, so give me one moment. Hate it when you're mid-thought. You just have to get it out. So how did everyone do? Nice, 516 words. Yes. See, you got more than 23 this time. Oh, I'm gonna sit like a child, Indian style. Crisscross applesauce in my chair. I just date myself. Oh, I'm an old. Whoa. And I have hit my word goal for the day, but I will do one more sprint to see if I can exceed it. Granted, I am doing rewrites, so nice. Perfection. Okay. Do, do, do. Oh, yeah, I might not look old, but I'm an old. I did a little world building and also how this character fits in the story. Nice. No, sometimes when I get stuck or if I just want to change, I do handwrite. So I'm with you on that one 100%. Sometimes if my brain gets stuck and I just need a little bit of an extra shove, I will handwrite because it helps. It does something to your brain where you can just, I don't know, connect easier to your creativity. I don't know. There's just something about pen to paper that I love. I also love world building. I could stay there forever and never ever leave, which is a problem because you should leave and you should just you should just write. Get down what you need to get down and then write as much as you can. But yeah, so far I'm really excited. I was really apprehensive about starting this whole rewrite thing. It's one of my first really, really big overhauls that I've ever done. So far so good. Everything is meshing in the proper way. And I am thinking that by the end of it, I will most likely have achieved more than 80,000 words at the end of Nano, which I'm hoping. I handwrite my outline. I do too. I do too. I've actually just transferred my outline to, I watched Becca C. Smith's video on how she outlines her books, and I really like it. Excuse me. I really, really like it. So if you want a good video on outlining that's pretty straightforward, but also includes things that I haven't even thought of before, definitely go check her video out, because she puts her main plot points in first and then fills it in with a 3-act structure. And it's like, I never thought about doing it that way. That way you're building up to something. That way you know. Yeah, no, it is so much better to write it down, get it out, and just, so there's just something about handwriting to a page, even if, like me, you have crappy handwriting. It just helps to get your brain working so much better. World building is a doozy when you first start. I struggled for the longest time, and then I got this book, if it will let me pull it out, that I keep by my side at all times. But it is called Writing Fantasy and Science Fiction. And it is by Orson Scott Card, Philip Athens, and Jay Lake. And it's from, if you on the Writer's Market or Writer's Digest, this is on there. Highly recommend it. I'll show you the contents. Some of the writers that are in here: Orson Scott Card, Philip Athens, Jay Lake, Daniel Clark, Sherilyn Kenyon, Alan Marr, P. Andrew Miller, Michael J. Vahola, and Renee Wright. So they're all people who have worked on this. And the table of contents is absolutely incredible. Oh, let me see if I can move this over. But it even has a steampunk category. So it is like my Bible. Highly recommend it. I'm trying to think of another book that I have purchased in the recent that also has been really, really, I love world building too. It's like my jam. Let me see on my Amazon account. I bought a book that is really, really good for that type of stuff, and it's on my Kindle. Oh, content and devices, and I cannot think of the name of it for the life of me. Writing Fantasy Heroes, Powerful Advice from the Pros, and that includes people like Jason M. Waltz and Brandon Sanderson. Highly, 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 highly recommend. Yeah, it's really, really great. Brandon's section of that one actually has how to write fight scenes like properly, which is something that I struggle with. We have something where I'm around here in Dallas called Writers in the Field, where you can pay for, like, I think it's like 25, 30 bucks, something. You go for the weekend. Maybe it's more than that since it is the weekend. And you go and you basically get to watch people joust. You get to watch people fight with swords, archery. So you get to learn the mechanics of it all. But with YouTube being such a big thing, you can look on YouTube, but finding the proper words to put those actions into like actual words can be tough, and just knowing the easiness and the smoothness of it all. And Brandon does a really good job of, his fight scenes are amazing and they're detailed and you know exactly where the character is going. So really good. Highly recommend that book too. But yeah, that fantasy writing book that I just showed you, you can find it on Amazon. It will help give you the background that you need in world building. It's probably one of the best world building books I have ever found, and I've read a lot of them. And then Brandon Sanderson's course here online from BYU is another one that I would highly recommend to watch. All of them if you're interested in world building, because he really asks the questions of like, well, culture, you know, economics, class, race, prejudices, those sorts of things that we really don't think about when we're world building. Kind of the little niche things that affect our culture day in and day out. So highly recommend that course as well. You can just Google it here on YouTube, and it's like Brandon Sanderson teaches at BYU, and I think it's a 12 episode series. It's about an hour, some hour long. Some of them are like an hour, maybe an hour and 20, but they're very good. They're very informative, and it's like learning from the master himself. So it's wonderful. I like world building. Another thing that's really helped me with world building is making my own maps. And I actually have purchased Incarnate, which is 25 bucks for the year. And once you learn how to use that, you can make your own maps, put your forests, your mountains, your rivers, your streams, your castles, your villages, because I am a very visual person. And that is one thing that I struggled with writing or outlining some of my fantasy stuff was I don't want to say this village is such and such amount downstream from this village because I honestly did not know. So I had to write a map or draw a map out for it. So, and it takes some time to work with Incarnate and kind of get it, but it's very, once you figure it out, it's very user friendly. So, my DM for D&D actually showed me it. So I was like, yes, I'm using this for everything from now on. So he was very, very helpful with that. So let's do one more word sprint. I'm thinking a short one, like 10 minutes to kind of wind this down. I'm definitely thinking 10 minutes. And world building is literally all about trial and error. And it's your world, so you can change whatever you want about it. Just know that rivers and streams tend to flow down from mountains. That is one thing that I learned about geography. Rivers and streams come down from mountains because snow. So that helps give you a starting point. That really made sense to me once I finally was like, okay. Snow melts, streams, rivers flow into pools or lakes or the ocean. So rivers and streams flow away from mountains. One of the best tips I ever gotten. And they flow together, exactly, not apart. Yes, they go together, not apart. So yeah, you can find lots of videos on, I have a hair that I can't find. Oh, okay, there it is. And you can find a lot of videos on YouTube about Incarnate and geography and stuff like that. So it's no big deal. So let us write for 10 minutes in this sprint. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last one. And I'm finally going to eat these darn cookies because I haven't yet. So excuse me while I eat. Okay. Last sprint in the books. How did y'all do? I'm actually really happy. I hit over my word goal for the day, so I don't feel guilty anymore. Let's see what the damage is. Not bad. Not a bad start to this rewrite. All right, guys. Nice. Oh, they all came in together. 234, 213, 285. Nice. Cool, 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 guys. Well, thank you for hanging out. I'm going to wait until 4 here, which is like in 2 minutes or so. And then I'm going to sign off. But yeah, this is fun. Thanks for hanging out. Probably going to do another live stream next week around the same time as well. I have to wait for my schedule to come in from the studio so that I know that I can definitely promise that I'll be there. So, but yeah, this was fun. I'm glad you guys came and wrote with me, got some PrepTober stuff in, got some words in. Again, on Halloween night, so October 31st at midnight going into November 1st, I will be hosting a live write-in Halloween special / jump into Nanowrimo to get early words done. So that'll go from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. of November 1st. Come with your Halloween candy and tell me what Halloween candy you were eating and what's your favorite. But yeah, it's already set up so you can set your reminder to it. I wanted to do it earlier enough so that people could know about it and join and have fun, because for me, I do like getting a jump start on NaNoWriMo. I am all about the words, and since again, I am leaving for Thanksgiving at the end, I'm missing out on the last 5 days of Nano. Potentially missing out on the last 5 days. I hate working when I'm with family, so because I only get to see them X amount of times a year because they're in New York and I am in Texas. It's pretty far. So yeah, that is going to be it for me, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I was shocked we had so many people in here this time. It was more than the last time, which is great. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful Thursday and get all of the other words in. So I will talk to you guys later, and my vlog for this week will be up Saturday because I need to do more work. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.